Yo, what's good, y'all? This your boy DCPRT, aka DFS Space or the DFS Club. Let's get into my Prizepicks, my 3 top stats I like, and my final thoughts, man. It's been some updates. It's been some injuries, with players not going to play on Sunday. So I'm going to touch up on some updates on some players I really like for the final thoughts. So let's get into it. So my first stack is stacking Oakland Raiders. They in a high total game going up against the Cardinals. It should be a shootout, man. And the Raiders are at home, so they got a dome too, so they're gonna be ready to rock and roll. So I like Carr stacked with Adams and Waller. I think Waller's gonna show up in that game. Travis Kelce killed Arizona. I think Waller can do the same thing at 5,600. Adams is 8,600. He should be chalky. Good chalk. Because I don't think nobody can stop him on Arizona. And then you got Derek Carr at a good price tag at 6,200. That's a good price tag, and I can see him throwing over 300 yards. So I like that Las Vegas stack. And it's not too expensive. My second stack is Carson Wentz, Terry McLaurin, and Samuel. This is a cheap stat right here. You can really put in some studs in this lineup right here. I think Carson Wentz gonna go off against Detroit. Then you got Terry McLaurin. He had a not good of a game the first game, so I think they're gonna give him a lot of targets this game, week 2. So I like Terry McLaurin 6,600. He is their star receiver. And then you got Samuel, man. I think Wentz really likes Samuel. And they use Samuel in the running game too, man. He had like 4 attempts on rushing the ball. So he only 4,600. So he's seen a lot of targets. I think he's seen 11 targets and he had like 4 rushing attempts. So I really like Samuel, man. I think they're gonna really have him involved. I mean, it's a cheap stat right here. Wentz only 5,800, McLaurin 6,600, and Samuel 4,600. I mean, that's a cheap stat. I really like Washington against Detroit, and that game could be a shootout too. I think that's the second highest total on the slate, that Washington-Detroit game. And this last stack is more higher in price. I got Cincinnati. I feel like Cincinnati, they kicking themselves, man, from that first game against the Steelers, man. And I know they pissed off. So Joe Burrow, Mixon, Chase, I expect them to do their thing, handle business in Dallas. I think they're gonna go off, run up the score, and get them boys up out of there, man. So, they really gonna be looking at the tape, and look at their mistakes. I don't expect Joe Burrow to throw 3 interceptions. He threw 2 or 3 interceptions and still went from 20. So, if he don't make no mistakes like he did, man, I think I can see Burrow going for 25, 30 maybe. I think they're gonna leave a statement. Even if they get out ahead, I think they still gonna do their thing, man. Like, they gonna really try to make a statement in this game, man. And let teams know, man, they not sweet. You know what I'm saying? So they higher price. Burrow 6,600, Mixon 7,200, and Chase 8,000. But those 3 gonna be the main reason why it's gonna be a blowout. If it is, you never know. Dallas could come out and do their thing. But I like that stack on Cincinnati, and that's my last stack. So after my picks on Prizepicks, I'm gonna give y'all 2 picks on Prizepicks, and then I'm gonna give y'all my final thoughts overall, going into week 2. So a lot of people still don't know what Prizepicks is. I've been a partner with Prizepicks day 1. I've been invited, to their headquarters. I've been up there one time. Had a couple drinks with the guys. We had a good time. They was based in Atlanta. I don't know if they still in Atlanta or not, but that's where their office is at, is in Atlanta. Shout out to Prizepicks. But A lot of people still don't know what Prizepicks is. Prizepicks is a DFS parlay website. All you're doing is picking the over or under on these players. You're not dealing with any sharks like in DraftKings or Fanduel. It's just you and the projections. How to play is you got to pick at least 2, 3, or 4 players. I got a promo code. My promo code is SPACE, SPACE. Enter that in and Prizepicks to give you a deal. The deal is they got a 100% deposit match going on right now. So take advantage of that free money by using my promo code SPACE, SPACE. Once you enter that promo code, your account will automatically double. So the deposit match is up to $100. So if you deposit $100, Prizepicks will give you $100. So you got $200 in your account. Whatever you deposit is going to double in your account by using my promo code SPACE, SPACE, up to $100. So max it out. Take advantage of it. Let's get into it. So if you get 2 players right, say you like Baker Mayfield, you think he's going to get more than 215 yards, and Daniels, you think he's going to get more than 210 yards, for example, it'll be 3 times your money. So whatever you put up, it's going to be 3 times that. So say if you enter $20, as y'all can see right there, it turns into $60 if you get just 2 players right. The minimum entry is $5. The maximum is whatever you want to do. You can do $1,000 if you want to, and that'll turn into $3,000. You can do whatever from $5 to whatever. It'll be 3 times your money. 3 players, if you get them right, is 5 times your money. So you get paid out more money because it's 5 times this time. But you gotta get 3 players right. And it's the same example. Whatever you enter is going to be 5 times that. And 4 players, if you get them right, it's 10 times your money. So this is the maximum amount you can make on Prizepicks. It's 10 times your money. Same example, if you like Mitch Trubisky over, you come down here, enter how much you want to bet. $50 turn to $500. You can do odd numbers, you can do even numbers. It don't matter what you want to do. It's going to be 10 times your money. So that's how you play. And they got a lot of options. You can do passing yards, rushing yards, receiving yards, fantasy score, touchdowns. You can bet on whatever. But my 2 picks I like for today is for Sunday. On passing yards, I like Carson Wentz over 239 yards because I think he's going to get 300 yards easy. Not percent. I don't know why they got percent up here. But Carson Wentz, I think he's going to get at least 300 yards against Detroit. This is going to be a high-scoring game, I think. As y'all can see, against Jacksonville, he got 313 passing yards. So against Detroit, I think he's going to do better against Detroit, you know. So I think he's going to get over 239.5 passing yards. That's my first pick, Carson Wentz. More than 239 yards. And then I'm going to go to fantasy score. And I'm going to come down to Saquon Barkley. Over 20 fantasy score. I think that's just too low for him. You know, he's going to carry the load for the New York Giants. And then you got Carolina. You know, they just gave up a lot of yards to Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, man. They just ran all over them. You know, both Hunt and Chubb got over 20 fantasy points. So you just put those 2 in one guy, and that's Saquon Barkley, pretty much. You know, Saquon Barkley not sharing no carries with nobody. You know, he's going to be on the field. He's going to be catching balls. I think he can easily get over 20 fantasy score against the Carolina Panthers. And as y'all know, the first game he went for like 30. He went for 33 against Tennessee. So I think Saquon Barkley is going to get more than 20 fantasy score. And you can play multiple sports. You can play MLB. You can play PGA. You can play WNBA. You can play PGA. You can play tennis. They got a lot of sports on here you can play. I don't know why my internet acting slow, but you can play a lot of sports. So if you're interested in those sports too, you can mix and match. You can put an MLB player in with NFL players. It don't matter how you do it. You can mix and match. As long as you pick 2, 3, and 4 players, Join the Prizepicks Fund. Enter my promo code SPACE, SPACE, and win some money. I'm going to get more picks on Prizepicks, so make sure you get with the winning team, the DFS Club. Shout out to the family. Get with the winning team. Shout out to my man Skywalker DFS. Join the community with over 600 members, man. Shout out to the family. We be having fun. We be having fun enough, man. We be having fun enough, man. Shout out to the family. We play every single sport: NBA, NFL, MLB, PGA, NHL, tennis, NASCAR, soccer, esports, MMA, WNBA, college sports, Euro basketball, SFL. Click join now. Click my logo. And we got 4 plans. We got the bronze plan, the silver plan, the gold plan, and the 3-day pass if you want to try us out. We have built lineups, 24/7 tips and advice, GPP cash cheat sheets, bankroll management if you need help with that, live pregame podcast. We're going to have a podcast, me and my man Skywalker, an hour before lock. We be dropping gems, Spidey Sense in the house, Spidey Sense. We be tingling, man. We be calling out plays. The family too. Shout out to the family. Lineup build. If you want to play our lineups, you can. Or I can help you with your lineups. Pre-light insight. Any late scratches, news, anything like that. Especially NBA. NBA coming up. That's real pivotal, man. We be on top of it, man. We got a lot of people, that be on it. So make sure you get with the winning team, with the cheapest in the industry. Get with the winning team with 600 plus members, man. We fully loaded. We ready to rock week 2. Get with the winning team, the DFS Club. We'll be glad to have you. All right, I'm gonna give y'all my final thoughts, man. You got some injuries. Pittman is out for the Colts. So you got a couple wide receivers on the Colts you can go to as a cheap play that I like. So you got Paris Campbell at 3,700. I think a lot of people gonna go to Paris Campbell, but I'm gonna lowball it, man. I'm gonna go to Austin Dunning. He 3,200. He's seen more targets than Campbell. People gonna go towards, the main guy. You're not wrong for picking Campbell, but I'm gonna undercut it and go to Dunlin. But shit, a lot of people may go to Dunlin too. I don't know. Because he's cheaper and he done better. So people gonna look at that, but hopefully, they run towards Campbell. But both of them cheap. They're very cheap. I just want to get a lesser owned guy. And, hopefully Dunlin is the lesser owned guy. Campbell was on the field 77% of the snap, Dunlin 35. I think his snaps going to go up, because Pittman is out. So I like the Colts wide receivers. They real cheap. They're going to get some ownership. Tight end. I didn't mention Dalton Schultz. Dalton Schultz is the only tight end, I think the only player who played 100% of the snaps. This man did not come off the field not one time. Not one snap he was out. He was in the whole game. He gonna be low on because nobody's gonna pick nobody on Dallas. Dallas gonna do something. You know what I'm saying? Now, Cincinnati's gonna be the chalk defense. But that don't mean shit. That don't mean that Dalton Schultz not gonna do nothing. If he give me him, if he's on the field 100% of the snaps, man, that's a lot of opportunities he can get. And as y'all can see, he had 9 targets and went for 13. He only 5,200, so he's like in the mid range of the tight ends. Like he under Andrews, Waller, Pitts. And then, people gonna go straight down to the bottom to like Logan Thomas. Another guy I want to talk about, Granson. I heard people talking about the dude from the Saints, Johnson. Schultz. It get no better than that. You know what I'm saying? And normally with backup quarterbacks, they love to dump it off to the tight end. They love tight ends because it's like a safe type of play. They're not throwing it real deep. It's like a dump off pass to the tight end. So if he can rack up points like that, You know, and Cincinnati, let's be real, Cincinnati defense is not even that good. We just picking them because they 2,200 and, you know, they're going up against a backup quarterback. But we seen what Geno Smith did. You see what I'm saying? Geno Smith was low on because nobody trusted him, and people were stacking defenses against him. I was one of them. You know what I'm saying? That was like a main lineup, putting the defense at the captain because, you know, we thought they were gonna shut Geno Smith down, but Geno Smith, he wasn't having that shit. So, you know, I wouldn't think, you know, the Dallas quarterback, he could get shut down, but he could do what Geno Smith did. You know what I'm saying? So I think Schultz is gonna be a low on sneaky play. You know, that guy that's got a lot of upside, and you know Schultz a good tight end. So I like Schultz. And then let me go down to this guy right here. He's my sneaky play, but he might not be as sneaky now with Pittman out. You know, I like him with Pittman, you know, questionable. You know, if he would have played, I still like Granson because he only 2,600, man. I mean, he allows you to fit studs in. He's seen 7 targets, played 55% of the snaps. 2,600. You know, I like him even more now because Pittman out. So Matt Ryan, he loves to use tight ends also. So I think Granson can see the same amount of targets because Pittman, he had a lot of targets. Pittman, that's a lot of targets to go around. Pittman had like what, 12 targets, 11 targets. That's a lot of targets to go around. So I think Granson can do the same thing against Jacksonville, you know, and get the same amount of targets. So I really like Granson at 2,600 as a tight end. You know, everybody gonna go with that Bengal defense. You know, you can go up to the Steelers. I really like the Steelers, man, especially what they did with Cincinnati. They did very well against Cincinnati, so I expect them to really crush New England. So, you know, I found a way to get that extra $600 to go to the Steelers. You know, I got Bengals too, but I got some Steelers. And you can also go to Buccaneers. Those are my 3 top defenses, man. Bengals, Steelers, and Buccaneers. They're going up against Jameis Winston. You know, y'all know that's his old team, so he's gonna try to be a hero. And I think that's gonna get him in trouble trying to be a hero. So I think Buccaneers can get a couple of interceptions from him. So those are my 3 top defenses. My main running back, Saquon Barkley, Mixon. I think Patterson gonna be kind of low on too. I love Patterson. Y'all know Darrell Williams is out, so Cordell Patterson should see another big workload like he did last week. So I like Cordell Patterson. I'm just gonna stay up to the top, man. Cordell Patterson and up. You know, I pretty much got all these running backs. You know, that's what I like. I'm not gonna pay down at running back. And then with Tampa Bay, man, you know, Lattimore, he gonna want Evans, man. They go at it every week. Every time they play each other, they go at it, him and Lattimore. So with Lattimore on Evans, I think that opens up a lot of opportunities for Julio Jones because y'all know one of their receivers are down. Goodwin is out. So I think Julio Jones gonna step in that role, and he on 5,500. I think he's too cheap in this situation right here. So I like Julio Jones. I think he's gonna look to try to crush it. And I got a sneaky quarterback, and I think this is about it on my final look. You know, everything else I talked about in my other videos, so y'all go check that out. But I got a new quarterback I like. A punt, really not a punt, but I think he's gonna be low on with upside, and that's Daniel Jones. He got rushing upside. He went for 18. That's good for a player that's 5,100. He another player that allows you to go get them studs. That's what I did. So I like Daniel Jones at 5,100 against Carolina. He's at home. He got Saquon Barkley behind him. So he really coasting. You know what I'm saying? And he be giving Saquon Barkley the ball. You know, throwing him short passes, and Saquon doing the work for him. So, and he got it rushing upside. He will run that thing in the end zone. So I like Daniel Jones at 5,100. He's gonna be my low on quarterback. That I like at 5,100. Marcus Mariota, he's solid too. I think he can be sneaky. And I think that's about it for the final look, man. I went over everything else in my other videos. You know, with my cheap plays, you know, I gave y'all on the first look, I gave y'all, you know, ideas and stuff like that. And that's about it for the video, man. I'm ready for week 2, ready for it to come. I'm recording this Saturday night. So let's get this bread. Shout out to the family. And let's get it for Sunday. Let's crush it. Peace.
So epic.